Hey, it's Matt and Josh from Sell Comics. We're back this week. I was sick last week and almost sick again today, but I thought I should do it, so here we are. Um, Lots to talk about this week. The DCU rumors are flying left and right.
Oh boy.
Some Star Wars news. Obviously, top 10 marketplace cover price of the week. Keys of the week and source today. A gigantic unboxing because I bought. They had a good deal at Captain Canada Comics, but it was like buy
Nice.
one under $5, get one free. So I
Cool.
did that. There's a gigantic unboxing of that later. Um, but first, we'll start with some Star Wars news. Oh, how are you, by the way?
Yeah. Alive. So, that's good.
What are you drinking?
Tea.
Oh, how are you feeling, by the way, after your RVS infection?
I wouldn't say after. Still at the tittle end of it. Going on 3.5 weeks.
So you just got a cough at this point? No, fever still or anything?
I never had anything except for cough and a chest congestion. That
Oh,
was it. Yeah. So, besides that, it's all right. Life's a little crazy. Other than that, yeah.
I feel like it should maybe slow down a bit on weekends and not fly everywhere.
Can't. Gotta make money.
Yeah. Um, there was only a way you could do like remote DJing for like they put you on a projection and live stream it.
Yeah, the remote DJ part is me doing it in the town I currently live in rather than
Yeah.
any other one, which is happening this Saturday actually. So
Wait, what do you mean?
I have to DJ at the Opera House to 750 people.
Oh, for another Taylor Swift thing or?
Yes, I'm going to be shaking my white skinny ass to Taylor Swift.
I was just at the Opera House. Was that
Yeah,
November, a month ago? Um,
still sounds okay.
for all the years that I was a promoter and dealt with bands, I had never been in the backstage area of the Opera House.
Hmm.
And that so I brought the ocean a bottle of Jack, and they brought me down there to or whatever to um, saw a band member Catatonic with no pants on, so that was didn't expect to
That's
see
tight.
that.
That's tight.
Anyways, um, okay, so this week we got some leaked pictures, I guess, of the Acolyte, the new Star Wars series currently being filmed with Daphne Keene.
Hmm.
Also, Manny Jacinto from The Good Place, Carrie Ann Moss, Charlie Barnett, Lee Jung Jae from Squid Game. Oh, this one didn't have the pictures. Anyways, so Daphne Keene said, did an interview during a press tour for his Dark Materials season
She
3,
did, yes.
which is currently airing. Season
Hmm.
1 was good, and we never got back to it. We're behind on we're on season 2.
It happens.
So she said in the interview that it's set 100 years before the prequel movies, which we already knew. It's kind of it's set in the High Republic ish era. Oh, Sammy's here. Hello, Sammy. Thanks for joining
Sup?
us. Um, it's a Sith led story, which has never been done before. It's really been fun to film. The cast is amazing, and the director and crew are just lovely. Full experience is wonderful, and I'm already excited for people to see it. So, yeah, we haven't really had a dedicated show to the bad guys.
Hmm.
Like, Boba Fett he was an anti-hero and kind of turned
Yeah.
into a good guy in that show. Um,
Sadness.
and
Yeah.
then, Obi-Wan was, Obi-Wan. Mandalorian's, also a good guy.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so I guess we don't know what the Skeleton Crew is going to be like, which is the other series that I think is also set in this era,
Hmm.
possibly. Um, But yeah, so we're gonna have a show focusing on the Sith, which I'm more than willing to see.
Can't wait.
Also, there was some screen. I feel like someone took some shots of on set. Oh yes, here it is. And It showed some. Okay, so it shows Li Jung-jae on the set of the Acolyte. That's definitely Jedi.
Yeah.
Here, this
Also
is
Jedi.
probably, yeah, he looks like more maybe like a Padawan for how young he is.
Oh, here we go.
A Zabrak looking character on the set probably could be a Sith. This is a
Wow.
Wookiee. So
Oh,
speculation
Wookiee,
is that Wookiee is Bur Yaga. He's a Wookiee
Ah.
Jedi in the High Republic era. His first appearance, which is related to comics, was Star Wars Life Day, which came out last year. And is right now trending, or as they say, hot on the comic book market.
It's hot.
Up 28% from last week.
Ooh.
It's going for $10. There's a Chris Sprouse 1 in 10 variant, and then there's a Jan Durisma B cover. I was fortunate enough to acquire both before it popped up like in sales. So, yeah. So that definitely does look like Bur Yaga. Although you don't see a lightsaber on his belt, but yeah.
Maybe it's in his bag.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe.
So Marvel last week revealed some variant covers for Black History Month, which is in February. Let's see. So there's going to be a limited series of Bloodline, Daughter of Blade, Bishop War College, and Silver Surfer, Ghost of Light. Blade, Photon, Storm, Black Panther will feature on variant covers, and the new backup stories and issues of Moon Knight, Spider-Man, Scarlet Witch, and Thor. And so here are the covers for so that's Wakanda Voices, Wakanda Forever #1, Scarlet Witch #2, which she gets a new series now. I think the first issue comes out in January. Moon Knight #20, Spider-Man #5, Thor 31. That is a wicked pick of Storm.
Yeah, that's crazy good.
Yeah. With the mohawk. It's not really a mohawk, though. I thought it kind of looked like it was going with the long mohawk, but no. This one's a Blade. On the Moon Knight cover, Photon, Monica Rambeau. This one is the Black Panther for Thor 31. That seems to be it. So if you're into those covers, definitely pick them up. Those starting in February. I don't think that any of these are 1 in 10 variants or anything like that. So it should just be a VB cover you can get at your local store. More Star Wars news, because we decided to just put these in random order this week.
Who cares?
Is coming. We know the season premieres now in March. Brazil had its Comic-Con last week at the beginning of December. So
or 2 weeks. That. Yeah. As we anticipated, they did release a fair amount of trailers.
Yeah, so there was so we had an Ant-Man trailer, a new Ant-Man trailer?
New Ant-Man trailer.
Oh, Indiana Jones.
What
was the other one?
Oh fuck, here we go.
I feel like the other one was just like a collection of things.
No, there was I thought there was at least a couple more. Yeah, Guardians 3.
Right, Guardians 3.
That's
that one looks amazing and looks super sad.
Yes.
Yeah, so as far as spec goes and Mandalorian, who knows, probably going to be some more Mandalorians in it.
Oh, yes.
So that comes out in March. When's the actual date? March.
That was like the 20-something?
March 1st. Premieres March 1st.
Oh, there you go. I know so much.
Yeah, a lot of people thought it was going to be February, given that there's going to be a gap now, I think, between Willow. Yeah, there'll definitely be a gap between Willow and the next, like, Disney Plus thing, isn't there?
Yeah, small gap.
Small gap? It's like 2 months. Oh, wait. Willow might be 10 episodes, so maybe not that small, or that big, but yeah. Have you been watching Willow?
I haven't started yet.
It's pretty good. The first episode, like, as a kid, I was always, the trolls always freaked me out. The trolls do you remember that scene, the trolls on the bridge? and
Yeah.
they turn it, and then they turn into like weird steaming piles of whatever.
Yeah.
That always freaked me out as a kid with the creature design, and the same with the weird Hydra snake coming out of the, yeah. So they definitely nailed some creepy designs for the new Willow series.
Last episode of Willow says that it's January 11th.
Oh, it's
8
like
episodes.
almost 7-week gap there. Oh well, I'm sure we have lots to
break.
watch.
Lots to watch.
Yeah. So so Willow has been pretty good. The creature designs are good. Warwick Davis is always amazing.
I will say
so
Warwick
if you like the movie,
He's amazing.
then you should like the show. It's got the same kind of like a bit of campiness to it. Like Willow was never like a giant hit. It was always more of a cult hit, right? Because it was kind of like, it's kind of a weird movie. It's not
Yeah, it's
a blockbuster
definitely
movie.
not.
It's got horror elements and yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So some sad news, disturbing news. Did you see this?
Yeah, this is not the best.
So the dad from Miss Marvel, who was great in the show,
yes, a great actor in the show.
yeah, very fatherly in the show.
Yeah.
There was
He took his role too far, and
there's an allegation that came to light a couple weeks ago that alleged that the actor, whose name is Mohan Kapoor, had groomed and or sexually assaulted and or sent unsolicited private part pictures,
dick pics
to this 14-year-old girl.
Yeah, dick pics.
I didn't see any information from, I didn't see any statement from Marvel about it.
No, I don't think we're gonna see anything from them, to be honest.
Again.
Oh yeah, that too. No, I think whether or not this was like obviously true or not, and it goes to court or it goes, through the legal system or not, he's not coming back. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be it.
So the survivor tweeted, or the girl who accused him of these things said, "When I was 14 years old, I was a fan of this serial actress, and we became friends. Her partner at that time was Mohan Kapoor, who also became friends with me. I respected the both of them almost like second parents, and told them about my stressful life. But Mohan Kapoor took advantage of me. We constantly talked until I noticed he started flirting with me. Then, when I was 15 years old, Mohan Kapoor sent me his dick pics to me. He was apologizing nonstop, was depressed. I forgave him. But after that, he continued to harass me and said things like how he's in love with me, wanted to marry me, wanting to grow old with me, wanting to grow up to be with him. And can't wait for me to get older so I can sleep with him. Now I know that Mohan Kapoor was grooming me." That's the bulk of the accusations. And the Twitter user went on to say that she considered taking her own life when the actor ignored her. And in 2020, she says he agreed to speak with her again in exchange for nude photos. Some screenshots have been shared, but we are unable to confirm their validity. Yeah, so everyone, Marvel should take this seriously, investigate, and let the
big yikes.
authorities deal with it, whether it's true or not. But
yeah.
Okay, so Disney is now back in the hands of Bob Iger, after Bob Chapek got ousted by the board after some bad financial decisions and raising money at parks because they're losing money. So now with Bob Iger back in, he is taking the approach, it seems, of quality over quantity. There was a report from Deadline and a lot of speculation what this means for Marvel Studios and Lucasfilm. We all know that Lucasfilm on the movie side has been kind of a disaster since Rise of Skywalker. Nothing's been coming out with lots of announcements and then no movies. According to the Cosmic Circus, over the course of the Infinity Saga, Marvel released 23 movies, all of which were positively received hits at the box office. Phase 4, meanwhile, has seen us get a total of 19 movies, TV shows, and special presentations, with many of those hit and miss titles disappointing fans. For example, Thor: Love and Thunder, and underwhelming critics. Eternals. Now and then, you can really have too much of a good thing, and this oversaturation has lessened interest in the multiverse saga due to it becoming a huge commitment to keep up to speed with everything happening. Kevin Feige and the studio as a whole being stretched thin has also led to issues with everything from a lack of connectivity to poor visual effects. Yeah, definitely poor visual effects has been a problem, but I feel like that's kind of a problem industry-wide given how busy studios were and the effects, and then hiring multiple studios to work on the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's not surprising that the site says Marvel Studios now reevaluating its release lineup for Phase 5 and 6, and are aware Phase 4 took a dip in quality, with concerns that those next two phases could be just as messy. Disney is looking at future releases with renewed interest in ensuring they get back to quality over quantity approach to storytelling. Not really sure I suppose, what could they cut? I mean, they've already filmed Echo. You can't really cut that.
I don't think they're going to be cutting much. I think what's going to be happening is
making it longer.
Well, yeah, not. I mean, maybe. I feel like they're going to have to seriously contemplate their release time and how much time is going to be in between those things, right? So, I think what's going to happen is they're going to go back. They're going to retool a lot of situations, like Agatha Covenant of Chaos. What were we going to get with that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, maybe an introduction into something in the terms of magic, but can they do that in a movie in 10 minutes rather than a show? Sure.
Yeah,
I don't know.
She could have been like a special presentation.
What's stopping them from moving her to that anyway? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many things. And I truly feel like it's gonna kind of bounce back in these next like 3 projects. I think by 2024 we're gonna be rightly tuned. I feel I don't know.
Okoye, as much as I like that character, I'm not sure she needs to have her own show.
No.
Same with Wonder Man. He could be a special presentation.
Absolutely.
Blade obviously needs his own movie. Armor Wars turned into a movie again instead of a show.
Right, because they don't have enough Shang-Chi, probably for the show.
For that,
apparently the rumor is for Shang-Chi, it's Shang-Chi and the Wreckage of Time, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a rumor of a subtitle going around.
I like that What If of Marvel Zombies, but I don't know that we need a show of that.
Yeah, agreed.
Obviously we need Deadpool 3. That's gotta happen.
Yeah.
Daredevil Board again gotta happen. Captain America New World Order, X-Men 97 gotta happen. This could be a special presentation. This could also be a special presentation. I don't know that we need a whole show of Ironheart.
No.
This is already filmed. This is already filmed. This is already filmed. Yeah, so and then
I hope Secret Invasion is good.
We're gonna want to like Phase 7 is it's got to be mostly X-Men, right? Like, I don't know that they're gonna do solo movies of X-Men.
They said that it was gonna be
Wolverine and Storm, and
this was gonna be obviously the multiverse saga, and then after that is the I already forgot what the hell they were. Yeah, no, but that wasn't really the Kang like saga. It was the something else. I could have sworn, and then it was going to be the mutant saga.
5 and 6 is called the multiverse saga.
Oh,
we're in it now, and 4, 5, and 6 is multiverse saga. Phase 5 and 6 of the MCU called the multiverse saga.
Okay.
Follow in the footsteps.
So then possibly yes, Phase 7 would be the mutant saga. Yes, is what I believe. Yeah, sorry, I was trying to line up my time frames.
One thing I find funny, well, I guess it's just, I don't know. So like you'll read stories of before Guardians Holiday specials came out, there were multiple articles like of there's too much Marvel and people are sick of it, and then the Guardians thing comes out and we're like, oh, people love it. They're so happy to have like a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. This is great. And then you get articles before the Werewolf by Night thing, and then after that comes out, oh, people aren't bored with Marvel because it was
Right.
good.
Right.
You're gonna get like both sides of it every time something comes out. Now, granted, it will get worse as the quality dips, but people were pretty. I think after Thor: Love and Thunder, people were kind of fed up with it, and we're like okay with like enough's enough. And then Werewolf by Night comes out and it's good, and like we're ready to see more now. So it just it's gonna go up and down depending on the quality of the content.
Of course.
And if it's all good, if everything they put out is good, no one's gonna get bored of it or sick of it.
And that's kind of what I was getting at, is that, if they're retooling some of these properties to be more solid, they're not going to have to worry about oversaturation, because they're going to watch the same movie over and over again for a fucking month. Like, Black Adam came out at the beginning of October.
Yeah.
It's coming out on streaming before Christmas.
Yeah.
And
they need to make that money back.
Right, of course. But that's less than 3 months, right? Middle of October, November, December. It's 2 months. So, it's I mean, you're talking about a movie going from making, no money and also having to go to streaming so quick to make up that money versus, I don't know, the last most popular Marvel movie that actually had legs without, it being a huge cross into the MCU. If I remember correctly, that movie was out for more than a month, where it was, at number 1.
Yeah, Black Panther was at number 1 for 4 weeks. It's finally going to lose. I think it's finally going to lose number 1 spot now because of Avatar.
So it's like, you're going to have if you have those situations where, they retool Captain America New World Order, and then it's instead of it being average, it's amazing. And then, we get to go back to that for more than a month versus, now it's on streaming and it's been a month and a half. So yeah, I feel if they do that, we're going to have a lot of juice.
Well, maybe part of this could be like Kevin Feige needs a Dave Filoni type character.
Yeah.
Like, Favreau and Filoni they collaborate on Mando, and they work on separate things too in the Star Wars universe. It feels like it all falls on Feige's shoulders with MCU. It doesn't see it. I mean, he might have like other assistants and producers, etc., but it feels like the buck stops with him, and he has the final say on everything. And with Star Wars, it's Star Wars television anyways. It's 2 people, and so it may be a bit of less burden on both.
Yeah.
Which now with the DC universe, it also is now 2 people with Gunn and Safran.
Right.
Speaking of Star Wars, Jonathan Kasdan has been around Lucasfilm his entire life. Not only did his father, Lawrence Kasdan, write Return of the Jedi when he was a kid, but Jonathan ended up co-writing Solo: A Star Wars Story with his dad in 2018. He's also wrote Willow, the series, which is a follow-up to the 1988 film. He was talking about how Star Wars could probably benefit from special presentations instead of series. I don't see why not. I mean, you're gonna have characters in the Star Wars universe that don't, like Marvel, that don't deserve or aren't as well, like it won't. It's better to have them in a special presentation as an introduction or like an origin story, and then throw them into a movie, as opposed to like 6 episodes of the origin story. And
I would agree.
Marvel Comics unveils MCU Phase 3 variant covers featuring Avengers Endgame and more. Throughout the next year, Marvel Comics looks set to continue its popular line of Infinity Saga variant covers, highlighting each and every Marvel Cinematic Universe. They feature some of the industry's greatest artists, paying tribute to Marvel's incredible impact with stunning poster-style comic art. The next batch of covers will allow fans to revisit incredible highs of the films that closed out the groundbreaking Infinity Saga, Infinity War, Endgame, and Ant-Man and the Wasp. Okay, I'm not sure you really need Ant-Man and the Wasp covers, but So here's a preview of some of the covers. That's going to be Avengers 65 Infinity Saga Phase cover.
I love how they just put what are they called? The Fab Four or whatever the hell, his henchmen.
Yeah.
They just get top tier on top. Like, that's crazy. Even though the Maw was pretty sick. He's sick, dude.
Yeah. We have Iron Man with the Infinity Stones in his glove.
Captain America with the hammer.
Ant-Man and the Wasp and Ghost. Who will be a part of Thunderbolts.
Do you think they're gonna redeem Ghost? Like, I don't know. I hope so. She was okay in the movie,
are supposed to be an anti-hero.
Yeah. Her and Taskmaster.
Was she really a villain by the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp?
I don't think so. But we saw her kill a lot of people, right? So that was rad.
Yeah, so did Winter Soldier, though.
That's true. Sadness.
Okay, so let's do the top 10 of the week and the keys.
Let's do them. Keys of the week. Your top 10.
Okay, so number 1 is Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing. Number 3. I'm pretty sure I have. Maybe that's what I got in the mail today. Santa Claus Joker with little Robin crying on his lap. That's pretty fun. The Eminem Spider-Man cover is still in the top 10.
I can't believe that. That's crazy, actually.
You have first appearance of Dr. Aphra here, number 10. I'm not sure what this X-Men one is. Apparently it's on fire. First Gateway Reavers. Okay. You have Spider-Man number 1, The Lost Years. It's a key and it's on fire. First appearance of Janine Godby, who plays Hallows Eve. Maybe she's in the Spider-Verse trailer?
She might be. I think somebody counted, and then in the trailer they show like 36 or something, or out of 200.
Oh yeah, there was a ton of Daredevil 254 first appearance and origin of Typhoid Mary. Typhoid Mary is also linked to Deadpool, so I wonder if people are
really
thinking that's gonna show up. Moon Girl and the Devil Dinosaur. Not sure why that's Infinite Crisis. This is also a key. Why is it a key? Oh, it's first full Jamie Reyes Blue Beetle Jim Lee cover. Oh, it's first appearance of Jamie Reyes as Blue Beetle, which we found out that movie is still coming out. Has not been canceled.
It's very much coming out.
First 7 days, A Bad Idea comic book nobody cares about. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 1, which came out last week. Oh look, it says I own a copy. What is this? Oh, first. Oh, I forget what this is. The first appearance of a new suit or something. I don't remember. It says it's a key. I don't remember why. Okay. The keys and swords today and tomorrow. Crypt of Shadows second print. Second appearance of Bloodline. That was a pretty good story. Had pretty good stories. So if you're into that. Nightclub number 1, 17-year-olds use their newly acquired vampire powers as costume superheroes. Big week for Batman Spawn. Batman Spawn number 1 comes out. Third Batman Spawn crossover. First appearance of an alt-universe Talon from the Court of Owls who have cosmic powers.
Sick.
Art Brute number 1. A colorful gonzo romp through art and art history. This is equal parts police procedural, hyper fantasy, and psychological thriller. Assassin's Apprentice number 1. A boy begins to settle in his new life in a new town, but as the power of the ancient forces growing inside of him begin to stir, his new friends realize something is off. Blade Runner 2039 number 1, premiere issue of a series that takes place in Los Angeles 2039, featuring Ahana Ashina, an aging and disgraced ex-Blade Runner. Happy Horror Days, an anthology of horror stories that take place in the Arch universe.
What?
Is the Arch universe scary?
I mean, technically it has Sabrina, so
She in the same universe
yeah,
as?
they're in the same
Oh, really?
universe.
As Jughead and
Yeah,
Archie? Oh, I didn't know
yeah.
that.
The shows crossed. They crossed the shows. It's
The
crazy.
Riverdale and oh
Sabrina the
yeah,
Teenage
oh
Witch. Yeah.
okay. Uh, Leonide the Vampire, A Christmas for Crows. Good, honest mountain folk come upon a small coffin among a carriage wreck, and find themselves among darker company than they bargained for. Red Sonja, Hell Sonja, number one, a team of Red Sonja and Hell Sonja. They're all terrible, number one. After the Great Wars and a horde of bad guys decide to rob the richest city in the land, but are confronted by the 7 barbarians who are hired to defend it. That sounds alright. I might get that.
Hmm.
Vicious Circle, number one, spanning from the 22nd century Tokyo to 1950s New Orleans to the Cretaceous era and beyond. 2 mortal rivals are locked in a battle of wills that spans millions of years. Kind of sounds like Highlander. Batman Incorporated, number 3, first full appearance of Phantom One, a failed sidekick of Ghostmaker. Danger Street, number one, 12 issue series featuring characters introduced in the 1975 title First Issue Special. Dark Crisis Big Bang, number one shot tie-in to Dark Crisis on Infinite Earth. Harley Quinn Uncovered, 40-page one-shot featuring past variant covers. Superman Son of Kal-El, number 18, tribute to Carlos Pacheco. Amazing Spider-Man 15, Dark Web tie-in. Dark Web X-Men, number one, 3-issue limited series, Dark Web tie-in. Invincible Iron Man is back with a premier issue. He's coming out with a number one. Marvel Tales Origins number one, which includes the reprint of Fantastic Four number one, Amazing Fantasy 15, X-Men, and Avengers number one. Monica Rambeau Photon number one, first appearance of Hinge. And Ultimate Comics Spider-Man number one, facsimile reprint of Ultimate Comics Spider-Man number one, the first solo title and second appearance of Miles Morales.
Wow.
So those are in stores today and tomorrow at a local shop or online. I know that Batman Spawn has like 2,000 different variant covers. So,
oh my god.
I got the Dark Knight tribute one. I think Dark Knight Returns tribute one with the Lightning and the Spawn and Batman. So I think I only bought one variant cover. I think. Okay. So The Witcher Blood Origin comes out next week. We had shocking news that Henry Cavill left and Liam Hemsworth is now taking over as Geralt in season 4. Lauren S. Hisrich is the showrunner, and she left social media essentially after season 2 came out because of all the hate and death threats. She came back on her Instagram to promote Blood Origin and kind of responded to some questions or comments from fans. So her response was, I think if you watch any interview I've done, including those with Andre, you'll see that I'm quite a fan of the books and the games. Do you believe that when one person states something as fact, that it's therefore fact? This particular thing is not, in fact. Sammy says, out of that list, all I picked up was Superman Son of Kal-El. Is that? Do you read that issue, the Superman Son of Kal-El series, or you just picked up that particular book, Sammy? I love the books. I'm sure at the games, but that's not me, not them. I've never mocked the books. The books are my entire livelihood. I have a great relationship with Mr. Sapkowski, and the writers' rooms are sacred and safe more than anything. Supportive spaces. Don't believe everything you read. She later added, I have great respect for Bo. Bo was the former writer who said that the writer's room for The Witcher openly mocks the books. The Striga episode is one of my favorites. He wrote the one where people came to care more and an Eskel died, which had a lot of backlash, but he was brave in telling a story he wanted to tell. It takes a lot of balls to do that. I respect that. So it's weird that she said writer rooms are safe and sacred, and then she came out and said he wrote one of the episodes everyone hated. Is that he made the decision for Eskel?
Yeah.
So this one's tough. She's never really directly responded to why season 2 is really mostly fiction and not based on the second book really at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You can say you love the material, and then I don't know. It's like she said it was the book. The second book is one of the hardest books to adapt. And
Yeah.
while I'm not a writer or a showrunner, by all means, I'm sure she's good at running a show. In terms of like getting everyone in the room and getting a show done and in the can. But I don't know. Like my main question would be, I understand that the book might be hard to adapt to film, and most things don't always go a lot of things don't go to one
Of
from book
course.
to show. However, I'd feel like you'd want to get the essence of those scenes or those storylines in the book in the show, but just in a different way. So they end up being close to the motivations, or like you can take a scene and write it differently, but it ends up at the same spot, right? Like it ends up with the same result.
Sure.
So I'm reading book 4, The Tower of Swallows, right now. I'm almost done it, and I don't know. I have no idea where they're going with season 3 because of the changes they made in season 2 to the characters.
Right.
And she said that there would be time to talk about why Henry left on the tour, on the promotional tour for season 3.
Yeah, right.
I really don't. Yeah, like I don't think they're really ever going to address it, other than PR speak of, oh, he has Superman to go do, which I have a story about. It's not actually done. Still, and
Yeah.
they just went in a different direction, I guess. But that, I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, you pretty much summed it up, and I can't say much because I didn't read the books. But I have a lot of friends that read the books, and you yourself included, Matthew. And it's pretty much what I heard, right? Like they watched the show, they enjoyed the show, for the most part. The departure from stuff in the books, but also, departure from, stuff in the game as well. I think it kind of weirdly found its own niche in between, obviously, those two things. And I think that's probably what they were trying to go for. I feel like if we're talking numbers, I don't even know. Like you would say that there's maybe a couple more fans of the game than the books.
Yeah, like
and if you were trying to appease one over the other, it would just make sense that you're going to piss off the people with the books a little bit more. I mean, again, I think they found probably as close as possible as they could. I think as well that the pacing of season 1 definitely threw a lot of people off. And I think
the time jumps were hard. Like
sure, and
I
think
didn't understand what was going on at first, and you were pretty much lost for 3 or 4 episodes until you figured.
Yeah, and I think they were trying to go for something where it was like, it was very like, oh, this is so different and like eye catching, and I want to know more and whatever. And they got more of the what the fuck is going on? Like it's episode 2, and they're like episode 3. Like,
so
I'm just gonna cut
100% that you're gonna have fans of the game who've never read the books, and you're gonna have fans of the books who never read the games. Though you will have a cross section of fans who, like Henry, who played the game first and then went and read the books. But the game, they're very much a continuation of the books. Like they never changed the motivations or fundamentals of Geralt and Yennefer and Ciri from the books, like season 2 did for especially Yennefer. Yeah, so I don't know. I find it hard to. I don't mind someone going and doing their own thing. Like Blood Origin is a show based on it's based on the conjunction of spheres, but Andre never really explained in the books what the conjunction of spheres is.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get down to the nitty gritty. He just like, oh, the conjunction of spheres, and now humans and elves and everyone lives together.
Mm-hmm.
So they took that like, statement, the conjunction of spheres, and then made something out of it. So it's not really based on anything other than that one idea. So they can come up with original content that you can't say, oh, well, they didn't do this from the book or they didn't do that from the book. I feel like that's more akin to an original adaptation than, saying this is The Witcher and not really basing any season on less than 10% of a book, right? So I'm happy that they did Blood Origin. I'm happy to watch it. The reviews haven't been very good.
Oof, no, they have not.
Rotten Tomatoes last I saw was like at 42%, and that was just reviewers.
However, fuck! The last thing I saw was 56, so you got me even more. Up. Wow.
So, however, I will say, based with that, critics love season 2 of The Witcher, and fans hated it. So maybe it's going to be the reverse, where the fans love Blood Origin and the critics hated it. I don't know.
I'm gonna call it right now. Are you ready for this? I bet they're gonna cancel it before it even finishes.
Cancel what? The Witcher?
No. The second one, Blood Origin.
Oh no, Blood Origin is just one season. It's 4 episodes. That's it. It's like a one-off.
Oh, it's a full one-off. They even said that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Originally, it was supposed to be like a 6-episode, one-off prequel, and then they went from 6 down to 4. They kind of maybe it was too long.
Gotcha.
6 episodes, so they rolled it into 4 episodes. So,
which
could mean messy editing. Ooh.
Yeah,
but this is always. I mean, they're gonna do other series. They already announced that they were gonna do not a prequel series, but a series based on the rats, which is in Time of Contempt. It's a gang you meet that Ciri joins for a time.
Right.
I think that's a really bad idea.
Probably.
The rats aren't likable in the books. Like they're not heroes. So I'm not really sure why they're picking the rats of all things to like pick out. Like maybe you do a Dijkstra series or something on Redanian intelligence and Emfir. Well, see, the problem with Emfir, the Emperor. Did you play through the game Witcher 3?
Of course, yeah.
So like the problem with Emfir is now they've changed his character in the show. So, and the character in the show of Emfir is her father, but in the games it's not, and in the books it's not. So it totally changes the dynamic between Ciri and Emfir and why he wants her. So I would say like Dijkstra, you could do a show about him and his kingdom and Emfir's kingdom or whatever, but you really can't because it's not really Emfir. So,
and that's a pretty big departure.
And why you cast what's his name as Dijkstra and then use him barely use him in season 2? Graham McTavish. He's a fantastic actor, and they barely used him in House of Dragons. Like he said like 3 words.
I agree. Yeah, that was
Anyways, okay. So less ranting about The Witcher. Okay, so let's rant about the DCU now. Wonder Woman 3 not moving forward. Man of Steel 2 unlikely. Jason Momoa possibly eyed for Lobo.
Yeah. So that was the first big bombshell. I think this was out of all the ones to come out, this was like the first huge one. I actually remember I was watching a stream, a comic book podcast or whatever stream, and this got announced as they were doing it, and it was like a crazy rush of rumor and everything else online. But pretty certain, and I can actually confirm this. I can confirm this. It was either the morning of or the day before Wonder Woman was trending, and I was like, okay, well, what's the deal? And people were just putting their fan support out for Wonder Woman. But then I also saw that Gal Gadot did a post on Instagram and it was like, oh, I'm so thankful for playing this character. She's my favorite. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. Like, there's this certain... And I was like, this sounds odd. Like this, I looked at this. I'm like, this looks really weird. And then it was either that night or then literally the following day, they had made, the rumor, this announcement / whatever came out, and I was just like, you know what? I bet she got told like that day, and then as a knee-jerk response made that post because she knew it was coming down the pipe.
So the Hollywood Reporter published a new report outlining DC Studios co-heads James Gunn and Peter Safran's plans for the new DCU, which are still very much in flux. Arguably, the biggest takeaway is that Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman 3 is no longer moving forward. Apparently, the filmmaker was informed that the script she co-wrote with Jeff Johns did not fit in with the new plans, and the project is now considered dead. In addition, and this will likely come as a bigger blow to fans, it seems like Henry Cavill's recent appearance as Superman in Black Adam's mid-credit scene could be the last we see of the actor as the Man of Steel, even though the Justice League star implied that he'd be sticking around for the long haul in an Instagram post. All future projects featuring his iteration of the iconic character believed to have been shut down. As for Jason Momoa, the upcoming Aquaman in the Lost Kingdom could be his final time in the role of Arthur Curry, but as many suspected after a recent social media post, he is said to be in talks to play Lobo. It's also been confirmed that Cavill and Momoa were going to have cameo roles in The Flash, but that may not happen now. And this is just hours after it seems like the Black Adam sequel and any spin-offs have also been nixed. Unsurprisingly, the Batman franchise, which takes place in a separate universe, and related TV spin-offs, which include the Penguin, are safe. Yeah,
they're all going forward, yeah.
So, along with that, there was another article that came out that said apparently the Flash director Andy Muschietti expressed interest in helming a Man of Steel follow-up, which would have brought a tone similar to the hopeful and heroic colors of the 1978 movie by Richard Donner. And this in turn led to acting DC bosses Michael DeLuca and Pamela Abdy considering one more go-around of the Snyderverse heroes for another Justice League movie with those actors. Sammy says, I'm almost done with DC. Yeah, everyone's almost done with DC until James Gunn, I guess, and like he's gonna have to knock it out of the park, like into the next universe to get people to be excited about this again. We're not sure if this project actually comes close to becoming reality or if it was just an idea they were tossing around. With Wonder Woman 3 now dead, Henry Cavill likely out as Superman, and Jason Momoa possibly ending his tenure as Aquaman after James Wan sequel, it certainly looks like the new DC studio co-heads are fully intended on cleaning slate and starting from scratch. And then also this came out is so Warner Brothers didn't cancel Wonder Woman 3. Patty Jenkins walked, which also coincides with why Rogue Squadron is done. So Hollywood was stunned by the news that Wonder Woman 3 was not moving forward, but it was in fact Patty Jenkins who directed the first two superhero movies who walked off the project after rejecting studio notes on her treatment. Multiple individuals told the Wrap. Jenkins' exit comes as, where is the... Apparently she... oh yes, here it is. According to one insider, Jenkins refused and let DeLuca and Abdy know that they were wrong. They didn't understand her, didn't understand the character, didn't understand character arcs, and didn't understand what Jenkins was trying to do. To underscore her point, according to the first insider, she sent an email to DeLuca that ended with a link to a Wikipedia definition of character arc.
Wow.
It's pretty much lighting your contract on fire and just walking out.
Unreal, dude.
Jenkins was told if she wanted to come back and pitch a different direction for Wonder Woman, she would hear it. She stood firm to her vision and responded that if they didn't want to do her treatment, she wasn't going to do a different one and would just instead move on to her next film, which everyone thought was going to be Rogue Squadron, but that one's dead too now, as a report came out that she's the problem with Rogue Squadron and that she's been extremely difficult to work with. She just doesn't want to allow them to have a seat at the table or have an opinion on something that new that she might come up with. She's like, I did 2 movies. I can do it on my own. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
There's the post.
Oh yes. So yeah. Josh mentioned Gal Gadot had posted just the day before this. A few years ago, it was announced that that I was going to play Wonder Woman. I've been so grateful for the opportunity to play such an incredible, iconic character. And more than anything, I'm grateful for you, the fans. Can't wait to share the next chapter with you. So we obviously have to have Wonder Woman in the new DCU. We have to have Superman. We have to have Batman. We have to have, like, those are the triumvirate, right? The three. You can have periphery characters like Green Lantern and The Flash and Martian Manhunter and Aquaman, of course, but if they're a cleaning slate, then I don't see as much as like The Rock fits in the role of Black Adam. Why would you even bring him back? Especially after he apparently, do I have this here? I do not.
Probably do.
He leaked financial statements that Black Adam was going to make money because people said it was going to lose money. Like, he leaked internal documents.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. And it didn't even, and it was just a projection of like digital sales that showed it would make money. It wasn't a for sure thing. It wasn't like, oh, we've already made this. It was like, we're projecting that the Black Adam could do this.
Yeah.
Like, in the history of superhero movies, like, no one would ever do that with Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
There's not one actor who would be like, oh, it didn't make money, I'll show you. I'm going to leak the internal documents from Disney.
Yeah.
Like, not, like, Eternals probably maybe broke even. You didn't see any of those actors going like, you know what, you made money. Fuck you. It made money.
Yeah.
Let me show you. I'll print out my account statement of the production budget.
Because people are afraid of DC, but they're not afraid of Warner Bros. That's why.
They're not afraid of what?
They're afraid of Disney, but they're not afraid of Warner Brothers.
Oh, like getting sued?
Anything.
Oh.
Like, it's, you know what I mean? Because Disney controls so much and WB doesn't. It's, you know what I mean? It's kind of clearly
a joke, is what you're saying.
I mean, well, what I mean? Oh, you're not going to do any more WB movies? Oh, I can't be on the EW
property. Well, maybe not.
Yeah.
I'm totally 100% on board with Jason Momoa playing Lobo.
Absolutely,
Like,
he'd be great, Lobo.
Yeah, he like.
But I would need a break. I would need like a couple years.
Sure.
Of a Momoa
he's
break.
getting older too, so I don't know how much of a break you can get. But like, his first big role on TV was Stargate Atlantis, where he kind of played an anti-hero at first, I guess. He was like, he was one of those, like, a gruff guy, but Lobo's way worse than obviously the main man. But yeah, he could play Lobo. I'm totally fine with that. I mean, you don't bring Ben Affleck back as Batman?
No.
And if they're rebooting it, do you start in the middle? Like, Batman's in his 30s instead of his 20s.
Yeah.
Superman has been on Earth for a while, or he just shows up. I don't think we need like another. Sammy says no Ben. Apparently Ben had shot scenes for Aquaman, and Aquaman tested with no Batman in it. They started showing test screens without Ben Affleck in as Batman. So I don't know. Like, it depends where they want to go with how old Batman is. Like, is he getting close to Batman Beyond and Dark Knight Returns age, or is he like, you can't do Ben Affleck as a 30-year-old Batman?
Yeah, just reboot it all. Yeah, just fucking all of it.
So who plays Superman? John Cena. No, like
I would almost say like not a no-name actor, but.
So who's our pick for Wonder Woman, Batman, and
oh my god!
Like, it's clear they're going to keep Robert Pattinson in the separate universe, so you don't have to worry about that. So at one point it was going to be John Hamm, but he's too old. And you can't.
I honestly don't know. Like Ham would be good.
Huh?
He would be
too old,
good,
though.
But he's too old, yeah.
And you can't do that cannibal guy, whatever his name was. What was his name?
Mm-hmm.
Who was up for it a long time ago?
I forget.
Bring back Christian Bale. I also read that there was supposed to be a Batman Beyond movie. That was what they were working towards with Keaton.
That's correct. That's that was the rumor. So a lot of people say, nah, I don't believe it. But at the same time, I'm like,
yeah, Sammy says to Old Man Bat introduce Batman Beyond. Yeah, you could like in that context, you could bring Ben Affleck back as Batman and do the Terry McGinnis thing with Batman Beyond.
Sure.
And then, yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Also,
I don't know. I'm trying to later them up.
Last week.
Yes.
God of War cleaned up. Thank you, Christopher Judge. He was amazing. He won for Best Voice Actor. However, we did see a new clip of the Suicide Squad game from Rocksteady.
Yes.
And it was announced Kevin Conroy will play Batman one more time. It's his last.
Unreal that they squeezed it in.
Yeah. That was a really nice thing that they were able to.
It's crazy.
To give the fans is that Kevin Conroy is going to play Batman one last time. I'm actually cautiously optimistic about that game. When they first announced it, I'm like, why are they doing a Suicide Squad game? But I don't know. I've kind of warmed up to the idea.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so this was really disappointing and disheartening.
Yeah.
Comic book publishers are not paying creators. Will Robson, a comic book artist on Great Lakes Avengers, Big Trouble in Little China, Spider-Man, Deadpool, Spider-Ham, Secret Warrior, Spawn Kills Everyone, Fantastic Four, went to social media to I don't know, embarrass some publishers into paying on time. Will Robson said, has become industry standard to pay creators ridiculously late for their work. I've struggled all year with all the large companies I worked for to get paid on the agreed time. I'm talking months late. It's sad how nervous I am to even talk about this publicly in fear of being blacklisted for future work. But I've heard so many horror stories from other freelance creators recently about fighting for their paycheck, and I need to vent this all out, hopefully raise some awareness to make serious change. Here's how it works. You're hired to write or draw a book. The deal is usually you have to complete 5 to 10 pages first. Then you'll receive your first payment for that work a few weeks after completing it. This means that when you start a new project, it's not guaranteed when exactly you'll see your first payment, because depending on the difficulty of the work, team book, locations, crowd scenes, etc., the length of time it takes to create enough pages of work is always fluid. Usually, if you're a pro, you can gamble that your first payment will be within 4 or 5 weeks upon taking on the work. So you're already looking at each project you take on as a month plus minimum expectancy of payment for half or a quarter of the issue you're working on. Now this can be annoying, as if you're constantly hopping from title to title, these payments can stagger between each other. You can find yourself in some financial jams, but recently I've had what I thought was a stroke of bad luck with getting paid on that agreed amount of time after finishing work. And I'm not talking weeks late, I'm talking 5 to 10 weeks late. These delays have caused me and my family so much stress, it's unbelievable. I've dealt with delayed payments in the past working with smaller companies, but the biggest companies in the business are now delaying payments regularly, and I've really had enough. A project I've worked on recently still hasn't paid me. I was expecting payment for it in mid-November. Remember that 4 to 5 week window of expected first pay? I talked about that means I started the book in October. How do these companies expected me to pay my bills and afford the holidays? I've been constantly living in a state of survival mode all year with barely affording to get by due to these delays. I just find it ridiculous that I'm a trained, skilled worker who works 10 to 15 hour shifts 5 to 7 days a week to hit these ridiculous industry standard deadlines that already take you away from having any sense of normal family social life, to then have to worry about paying your bills or feeding your family. I get to draw these iconic characters owned by these large corporations are making millions off of adapting freelancers like myself's art and creativity. But when you're drawing these characters and internally stressing over whether or not you can afford to buy your family Christmas presents this year due to payment delays, then enough is enough. So more chimed in with him. Zach Thompson said, I've had two books completely fall apart this year because of late payments. One which took me over a year of dedicated research even to script. Said publisher then optioned one of my books without telling me or the team at the time, and still said they couldn't pay. So I take this to mean that a publisher opted into that for a television series, like sold the rights and didn't tell the team that they did that. And still said they couldn't pay. It's December and a lot of creators are heading into Christmas with thousands owed to them and no real recourse for getting paid. It's disgusting. Yeah, this is
Seems like it's the same thing. I'm just going through each one, and it's
problem for a lot. This is really terrible behavior by the publishers.
It's a joke.
Like, I get if you're like, we both are subcontractors in our fields of expertise. You're used to that. I'm used to that of having, you do your work and you wait. In my case, a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks for pay. My invoices generally say due upon receipt. Some people follow that. Some people don't. I generally
Mine's
only
30
work
days.
with people that I know or have had a good relationship with. I have not taken on clients who I know take forever to pay or for a pain in the butt to get paid from. So it's not worth it to me. I'm sure are you the same way?
Yeah, so it's mine's 30 days. You have 30 days.
So you've done like weddings and not get paid for that, right?
So I have, there's, the person we used to work with. And again, Matt, if you want those photos, it'll be $450.
Yeah.
No, you can't because I don't even know where they are. It was like a decade ago.
More.
Yeah, more than that. Holy fuck.
25. I'm 40. Coming up on 42. So
that is fucking insane. So I've actually got 2 gigs sitting right now that haven't paid me in the last little while. But to give you just an idea, and I'll reiterate exactly what they're feeling is, I did work for a company that's large that I do work for all the time, and there's an invoice that I still haven't gotten paid for, and it's almost probably 2.5 months.
Wow.
So it's just stupid shit, dumb shit. And I have a feeling that it's because, at least with these large companies, not mine, the one that I'm dealing with, mine is just because the boss is an idiot. I feel like these companies are moving around so much money and doing so many things and making so many deals that they just don't keep track properly of who and when they have to pay people. And it's like, I just feel like their accounting team is either drowning in changes and everything else that they got to keep up with, or they just, everything's a circus. So,
I think that could be some corporations' problems, but I have worked for companies that actually it's not that they enjoy it, it's that they will push the limit of when it's due, or it feels like you're pulling teeth. Like it's like you should feel bad for asking me for your pay. Where they make you out to be the bad guy because you expect to get paid, and when you ask, they make you feel like shit for asking.
Oh yeah.
And that's I don't know, that's just cruel.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. I know some people who, like, back when I was living paycheck to paycheck, for sure, I would push, like, I wasn't hiring anyone to do, like, hiring subcontractors to do work for me, but, I would be late with rent, or I would be late with internet bills, or etc. Because I was, struggling to pay everything all at once. But now that I think, luckily, that, my wife and I are able to do that, I always ask for an invoice right away when we have work done, and I always pay it right away. Because I don't want people to feel like they have to wait around for me to pay them. Or even if it's, 30 days or 60 days net, it's like I want it to get paid right away. So I don't have that on my mind, one, and I don't want them to feel bad or feel like they have to wait around. They did the work. I'm happy with the work. Here's your pay. You don't have to wait 30 days to get paid for the work you did.
Right.
So
imagine that.
And then the more you do this to creators, though, the more you're going to lose those great artists who just can't afford to be in the industry anymore.
Yep.
That happened with a lot of touring musicians too. Is now that everyone's touring again, there are less guitar techs and production people and sound guys to go around because they had to go get jobs during those 2 years where there was no touring, and now everything, it's a limited supply of those people, and now it costs a ton of money to get those people to come, right?
Mm.
And it makes it harder for those touring bands to go out on the road and actually make money or break even.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So I read somewhere where I think it might have been in here that said one of the companies that does this is Aftershock, and I was really bummed by that because there's a couple of Aftershock titles I really enjoy, and now I'm
Mm-hmm.
not so sure I want to give them my money anymore because they do this to artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a sad thing.
It is sad.
Okay, so last thing before the gigantic unboxing, and then we'll um, call it a night. This was funny. Um, Marvel submitted Thor: Love and Thunder for Oscar consideration.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Now that your calendars are inch close to 2023, award season preparations are well underway. Disney for your consideration list have been making the rounds, with many fans poking fun at categories Disney is pushing Thor: Love and Thunder for. They are pushing for Best Director, Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Visual Effects. Like, Thor had some of the worst visual effects in a movie we've ever seen. That cruise ship thing at New Asgard was awful. Yeah, like they should be talking Black Panther and Angela Bassett, and that's about it. And,
Yeah, that's about
and
it.
maybe
Yeah.
Black Panther for Best Picture, or Best Music, but like Thor: Love and Thunder should be nowhere near any of that.
No,
Yeah. Okay.
absolutely
So
not.
let's do this crazy unboxing. It's mostly going to be back issues, but some people might enjoy it. So here we go. Oh, and I also got something in the mail from Comic Inspiration. Comic Inspiration. I don't know what it is though. So this will be fun. um. Oh yeah. So this will be the last episode for a couple weeks. We're gonna take time off for holidays. Uh, the wife is taking 2 weeks off, starting on Friday.
Well,
So
that's
we
fun.
have like a ton of shows to catch up on and watch. So have we? Let's see, what are we watching? We're watching Chippendales. Wait, is it called Chippendales? I think the one with Kamal Nanjiani. About,
Yeah.
oh, that's really good. What else we're watching? Something else we're watching. God damn it. Oh, Mythic Quest, season 3. Oh, it's the Joker one. So it's that one we just saw with the Joker on with the kid on the baby Robin on the left.
Right. Oh, you called it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah.
you.
I'm, like, I'm pretty sure I got it. Oh, we're watching Shantaram with Charlie Hunnam. It's based on the book. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are mostly going to be so these are going to be a lot of Conan back issues and Ghost Rider issues because it was buy one for less than $5. Get these are in really good shape for old issues. Get the next one free, which was a great deal, by the way. Thank you, Captain Canada Comics. They also
Nice.
have a 12 Days of Christmas thing going on for gift bags if people are interested in buying it. Even the Conan ones are actually pretty good condition for being from the 70s and
Man
80s.
crabs.
Man.
Damn.
Nice Ghost Rider.
Versus the thing in the crab. That Ghost Rider one's wacky.
Lightning Head.
Yeah. Well, no, the first is Johnny Blaze.
Oh yeah. We've got a couple of things. Sammy says, "Are you a Conan fan?" Yeah. So, obviously, I loved the movies when I was a kid, even though I wasn't supposed to watch it. And then, I've been reading. So I first picked up Kurt Busiek's run in an omnibus of Conan, and then lately there's been some. There was a Jason Aaron run of Conan, and there's been some, because it's public domain. Well, at least it was public domain. There's some other like Conan like books that came out last year, like that were just based on the original stories from Howard. But yeah, so I thought I would start collecting the Marvel the original Marvel Conan run, and then start from the beginning. And it's also a book that number one in like very good isn't an astronomical price yet. So you can usually get it to like a number one from like, I don't know, 500 to 700. It's not like an Iron Man number one. So I felt like
right.
something I could collect, because I don't know, I'm a OCD completionist when I start a series like Ghost Rider or Astonishing X-Men, which I picked up a bunch of the buy one get one frees. That is that part of the pile.
Okay.
Let's see what's the next pile. Oh, so this is Star Wars Yoda number one variant. Another Star Wars Yoda number one variant. Star Wars Revelation variants. Oh, I really like that one. That's nice.
Ooh. Indeed, yeah, that's.
Another one. I think that's a Pete Momoko cover. Ah, so much tape.
Back with the power of tape.
Ooh.
This is the power of tape.
Venomized. Carnage Eye cover. This is High Republic Adventures number one. Oh, I bought two of those because it's the first. Got a first appearance as a bunch of like, Padawans and whatnot. Like that cover. Darth Vader 29. Planet Hulk World Breaker number one. Tape. Tape is the bane of my existence. The cool Darth Vader like movie poster cover for 29.
That one's cool.
Tape. Astonishing X-Men again. Oh yeah, lots more Astonishing X-Men.
Those are good.
Oop, where are I at this? Oh yeah, it's more. All coming. Ghost Rider. No, it's a double issue.
Oh, that was pretty dope.
Oh, that Ghost Rider one.
Yeah. The melting face.
Astonishing. Watch Song Shang.
That was dope.
Ah,
Whoa.
I'm actually going through this. I'm kind of concerned that I bought some doubles at my local. Really?
Collector's peril, eh?
I know, right? Buying doubles happens all the time. And then a Ghost Rider Midnight, Rise of the Midnight Suns. Ghost Rider Blades.
Damn.
206. Unopened because it came in a like poly bag originally.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Okay, so that's all the unboxing for this week.
Dope.
A fuck ton. Okay, so we'll be back beginning of January. I hope everyone has a great holiday, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Or if you don't celebrate at all, like, I mean, we celebrate, but we're pagans. Yeah, so everyone, thanks for watching this week. We'll be back first week of January. I hope everyone has a safe holiday. And I hope you get everything you wanted from Santa Claus. Oh, are you going to go see Violent Night?
I don't know. Maybe. Are you going to go see Avatar?
Oh, my wife and I are so sick of Avatar. We want it to be over already. Like, it's a goddamn commercial every 2 seconds on TSN. And how did it get nominated for Best Picture? It's not even out yet. And it's going to be terrible. Like, the story, like, it could look visually amazing, but I hate 3D. I've always hated 3D. Even when the first Avatar.
You don't have to see it in 3D, do you?
No, but I hate it. I hate it.
I think it might be pretty good. We'll see.
Avatar, the only good use of 3D I saw was Jackass 3D, where they had a dildo come at you out of the screen. It's the only time I've ever seen good use of 3D.
That was fun. That should happen again in Avatar.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm so fed up with Avatar at this point. And you know what? James Cameron's a dick. When he ripped on all the Marvel movies for not like for
yeah, he did.
He didn't even say they weren't good. It's just that the CGI was terrible. Like, fuck you, dude. Thanos looked fantastic in Endgame and Infinity War. Like,
he said that
usually their CGI is top notch. It's been bad the last 2 years because all CGI has been bad the last 2 years. But
yeah, he said that his whatever he has in Avatar 2 completely blows Thanos out of the water. So we'll see what happens.
Thanos would crush him like a grape. Also, you know what? God. The worst Marvel movie is 10 times better than any fucking Avatar movie writing that he's ever done.
Oh, fuck. That's a big...
You know what? The
internet heard you, Matthew. You're going to be locked in now, buddy boy.
Better than anything James Cameron's put out in the last 10 years. Oh, wait. He's only put out one movie in the last 10 years.
That's
when did when did the first Avatar come out? Like 2006?
No, it was like 2000. It's been 13 years.
When's the last one?
Yeah.
So it took him 13 years to do one fucking movie.
Well, obviously it was off and on, but
2009.
Yeah.
It's a terrible fucking movie. Did you like it? I'm sorry if you liked it. I'm just Sammy says
no, I remember.
Thor Love and Thunder. No, we're talking about Avatar The Way of Water, or Avatar in general. Okay. I apologize if other people liked it. I did not enjoy it.
Yeah, there you go. It's okay.
Like, Sigourney Weaver's in it. That's cool. Zoe Saldana, good actress. Mm-hmm. Sam Worthington is hit or miss.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. The plot was just very basic and not complex. And,
yeah.
I don't really care that I was preachy about the environment. It did it in a not interesting way, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
They just took the story of Native Americans and put it on a planet and said, "Hey, we did something new. Look, we made blue people."
Right.
I don't know if you're a fan. Like I'm a fan of James Cameron's old stuff, Terminator 2, Aliens. Like,
Of course.
goddamn, he used to be amazing. But you know, um, Jasmine shots have been fired. Jeez, yeah, I don't think James is gonna hear about this, so I'm not too worried if he gets if he's gonna get upset at this. I don't know. I just other people like it. That's good. If you
if he addresses this, then we got our publicity is great.
Yeah, like it's yeah, I don't know. I just didn't like it. It's fine if other people liked it. They're free to enjoy it. Anything they like. Doesn't.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Well, you know, you try like. I try not to be. I try and take the example of Kevin Smith. He talks about what he likes, and he doesn't talk about what he doesn't like. And people find to like what they like, and if you don't like it, then that's fine. It's just try not to make fun of the people who do. I guess I don't know.
Right.
Are you going to see the new one?
I mean, I think I'm gonna go. I want to see it in the theater.
I'm kidding. You enjoy it with your family.
No, we'll see. I mean, I think it's gonna be pretty cool. I think it's gonna be an experience probably for a whole generation of people and kids, I guess. And we're talking 13 years. What happens if you saw Avatar and 2 years later you had a kid, and now in 10 years you get to take that kid and go see Avatar 2. And it's going to be like, you know what I mean? And it's just a cinematic experience.
I don't know. Are you comparing this to like when kids saw Star Wars?
I would say it's getting close, but not overly close.
No. Don't do that.
Okay.
Anyways, just be sure that you don't have anything to drink because it's like a 3 hour and 10-minute movie. So.
Oh, I'm bringing the clear bottle, baby. No top.
Jesus.
Just kidding.
I wonder, like, if a movie's that long, I wonder if there's an intermission.
No,
like,
there's not.
Tarantino movies have had intermissions. Have they not?
When? Oh, you mean the Death Proof and whatever? That was like I think that was like
there was another one too. I feel like did Inglourious Bastards have one?
I don't remember.
I feel like there was
another
Tarantino movie that had an intermission.
We'll have to look it up.
Wasn't Pulp Fiction? I forget. I don't know. But yeah, like the Grindhouse definitely did. I remember that part. But I'm pretty sure there was one other one that had an intermission. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, thanks for watching tonight.
Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight had an intermission. Ha! I was right.
Yeah.
I thought there was at least one. Wait.
12 minutes.
Did Kill Bill have one too?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Maybe. Could be wrong.
Well, we're wrong about a great many things on this podcast show, whatever you want to call it. Oh,
yeah, that's why we do it.
Also, You Sell Comics, which is sponsors the show, where you can buy comics and sell comics. We're launching our 5% super low commission tier next week on Monday. So if you'd like to sell comics, but would rather pay a super low commission instead of a monthly fee, you are welcome to do so on yousellcomics.com starting next week.
Ooh.
So, yeah. Okay. Anyways,
nice.
Sorry, I've been rambling on about Avatar and James Cameron, but
that's okay.
Not really done. Okay. Anyways, thanks. Have a good holiday. Have a good holiday, Christmas, etc., and a new year. And we'll be back in the new year. Stay safe and enjoy the holidays. Bye.